It can be helpful to investigate what it is you want. When you're feeling uncomfortable, contracted, or even when you're imagining what awakening will be like, when it will come, whether you're doing the right thing to bring awakening about, whether you're doing the right practice or meditation or inquiry, it can be helpful to just ask yourself, what is it I want? If it's, I want awakening, ask yourself, why do I want that? What do I think it will give me? Now, often we've had an experience in the past, something that felt more real than real, something that made all the usual priorities, concerns, struggles just disappear in the moment. And we remember that. And we want to bring that back, or we want to recreate it. So notice that what we want, or the wanting of that, is a bit of a mistake. Because when we realized in that moment that the concerns, the seeking, the worries, the struggles don't actually exist in the way they seem to, and thus presence came forward, and we were sort of overtaken by the warm bath of now, of not having any concern, not seeking anything, not worrying about past and future, and just feeling the intimacy of aliveness. When that was happening, we weren't seeking, we weren't looking for something, we weren't looking for awakening. So what makes us think we're going to find it right now by looking for it? The point is that what we glimpsed in the past had an intrinsic quality that told us it's always this way. That's where the peace comes from. That's where the sense of peace, the sense of okayness comes from. The fact that it's always here. You don't have to earn it, find it, create it. And seeking it doesn't really make sense. So when you see this, you realize whatever it is you've glimpsed ever is already here. You're not going to find it somewhere else. You're not going to get back to it because there's nothing to get back to. Getting back, getting forward, recreating, or creating are all illusions. And the illusions are uncomfortable because we're confused about what we want. We want what that illusion says is real, which is the future, which is a future time when I feel okay. But we're mistaking what we think we want for what we really want. And what we really want is to see through that illusion, the illusion of wanting and seeking, the illusion of sometime later or sometime in the past. What we want is not to want anything. What we seek is a place where no seeking happens, where we drop right into what is. Now, if conditions are right, often after a release of some kind, sometimes after a tragedy even, then it just comes naturally because the seeking stops. We see that all the seeking and holding on to what we think we need, what we thought we wanted, got us nowhere. But when that was pulled away, when the rug was pulled out, then suddenly there's nothing to grasp, and we paradoxically find ourselves in a place of peace. So when we find ourselves in the comfort or the seeming comfort of thought, of maybe later when, etc., we can be sure that the feeling of being separate, being isolated, is not far behind. We participate in the seeking when it feels good, but we don't like the feeling of being pulled out of the moment when it doesn't feel so good. So this polarity of mind, this pushing and pulling in consciousness, is what keeps the struggle going. So we can learn to recognize when we're doing this, when we're wanting something that's not here right now, when we're hoping for something that doesn't exist already, that we're just setting ourselves up to feel pushed, pulled, to feel struggle again. So just stop doing it. Feel what there is to feel right here, whatever it is. It might be uncomfortable. It might be frustration, might be sadness, grief, or it might just be presence, peace, equanimity. But whatever's here, it's already what's here. So let's just be completely authentic about it and let reality do the rest. Life knows how to take care of everything. Life knows how to wake you up. Just don't fight with it. Don't struggle against life. Let it do its work. It's a natural process.